Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a CPA with Stronghold Accounting. I've helped hundreds of business owners optimize their profit, cash, and tax position. And today I'm going to talk about a really simple story of how we saved a business, or I should say, helped them make an additional $7,400 per year. And this is one of those things just right in front of your face, right? Sometimes you just don't take a step back to realize. So what I have here in front of me is a balance sheet essentially of their cash position at the end of June. So at the end of June, this client had 84,000 in cash on hand. And in terms of the cash target we like to see for clients, right, is 2 months of operating expenses and 2 months of direct labor. If you can get that amount of cash in your business account, that's the perfect balance we found of not having too much where you could take that and get a return on investment elsewhere, but not having too little for where you're not ready for the next economic downturn, right? So this is the most optimal cash position you want to be in. 2 months operating expense, 2 months of direct labor. And you could see their cash target based on their op expenses. And this was a very lean consulting business. So they didn't have a lot of any product they had to buy. It wasn't a high intensity capital business. So they only needed $9,400 of cash on hand and they had 84,000. So what we see here is this 74,000 is taking the 84,000 minus the cash target of 9,000. So you've got $74,800 more cash than you actually need on hand. So what we told them is, hey, take that as a distribution, get it into an investment account, whether it's a high yield savings, put it in the S&P 500, and you're able to get a 10+% return on that per year, right? On average. So call it 7,400. If that money just sits there in the business checking account, you're missing out on the opportunity cost to get a return on investment. And so try to calculate your cash target and see where you're at in terms of cash on hand. Do I need to set aside profits to fuel that cash reserve? Do I have too much cash reserve where you can start to get a return on investment? So that threshold is really a key point we look at monthly with clients. And yeah, that's the story. Very simple, very clear cut. And he was able to make a return of 7,400 plus per year. And obviously, we're monitoring that cash target on a monthly basis to make sure if we need to adjust that if operating expenses increase. But yeah, very simple, very clear cut. Again, my name's Alex. I'm a CPA with Stronghold Accounting, and thanks for watching.